everyone, so our assigned topic is conveying messages through text. So introduction. Let's embark on a journey through the intricacies of communication. Whether exchanging messages online, having face-to-face conversation, or writing formal documents, effective communication is at the heart of our daily interaction. Why does communication matter? So, communication matters because it allows people to share information and ideas with each other. When we communicate effectively, so we can understand each other and we can work together more effectively. So, good communication skills are important in all areas of life, from personal relationship to professional settings. So, without good communication, so there are misunderstandings can happen, which can lead to conflict or mistakes being made. So, by communicating clearly and respectfully, we can build stronger relationships and achieve our goals more easily. So the first one is the connection. So connection is the bridges gaps between people. It allows us to connect, share, and understand one another. So when we communicate, we can share our thoughts, our ideas with others, which helps us understand each other better. So this understanding help bridge any gaps or differences between people. So communication is the most important because it allows us to build relationships and work together towards common goals. So without communication, it would be difficult for us to connect with each other and form meaningful connections. So communication also is very important because through even if it is online or face-to-face communication, we can build stronger relationships with each other, even if family, relatives, and friends. So the next one is the clarity. So clarity is clear communication ensures that our thoughts and intentions are accurately conveyed. It prevents misunderstandings and communication. So example, so clarity means that when we talk or write, we want to make sure that the person listening or reading understand what we are meant. So what we are meant sa atong buot ipasabot sa ila. So it is important if ang importante siya ang clarity kay if someone doesn't kung wala ni siya kung why clarity nang di might ang atong gihatagan og message kay di might get confused and misunderstand what we're trying to say. So this can cause problems and disagreement. So clear communication is very important for making sure everyone is on the same page and there are no misunderstanding. Okay, so let's move on to the influence. So influence is about how the way we talk to people can have a big impact on what they think and do. So for example is you're trying to convince your friend or your classmates to buy their products. So you can use catchy words or phrases na maka-influence sa ilahan na mapalit sila sa ilang product. So the kanang powerful na text na ay magigamit kay maka-influence na siya ilang decisions, opinions, and actions. So kung nakahibaw na sila, kung ikaw you know how to use your word effectively, so you can persuade others to do things or even inspire them to make positive changes in their lives. So let's move on to that collaboration. So collaboration in work, relationships, and community. Effective communications fosters collaboration. It enables teamwork, problem solving, and innovation. So collaboration is when people work together or they have the unity to achieve a common goal. So this is also very significant because it helps people share their ideas and understand each other's perspective. So if ang usa ka group is nag-communicate, they are communicate well, so they can work as one, they can work as a teams, they can solve problem together and come up with new and innovative ideas. So this applies just not in the workplace but also in relationships and communities where effective communication can help build stronger relationship between people. So let's move on to the expression. So expression, through communication, we can express our emotions, creativity, and individuality. So it's how we tell stories, write songs, and share our experiences. So it's how we use communication to express ourselves. So this means that the way we talk to each other, whether it's through speaking or writing. So when we communicate, we can show our emotion even if we are happy or sad, and share our ideas through and thoughts with others. So for example is that na ay mga tao na ang ilang emotion is ilang ipaagi through writing songs, stories, or poems. So that's muna ang way na ma-express nila ang ilang selves creatively. So let's move on to the key elements of textual communication. So the first one is the sender. So the sender is the person or entity initiating the communication. So they create and encode the message they want to convey. The sender's role is crucial in shaping the content, tone, and intent of the message. So the sender is the person or group who starts the conversation. So they make up what they want to say and put it in words. So the sender plays an important role in deciding unsa ang message all about. So unsa ang gusto niyang ipadala or isulti sa receiver. So how it should sound and what they hope to achieve by sending it. So next one is the message. So the message is the actual content being communicated. It can be in various forms: written text, spoken words, or symbol or images. So the message carries information, emotions, instructions, or ideas. So the message is what someone is trying to communicate to you. It can be different forms. So sa kato akong giingon katong written words, spoken words, symbols, or images. So the message can contain information that the person wants you to know about, emotions they are feeling. So instruction, it can be instruction on how to do something or ideas they want to share with you. So basically it's whatever the person is trying to tell you through any means of communication. Okay, so the third one is the medium. So the medium refers to the channel through which the message travels. So it can be verbal means spoken language, written or text, images, emails, or visual through images or videos. So the choice of medium affects how the message is received and interpreted. So the medium refers to the way that a message is sent from one person to another. So this can be through different channels like speaking, writing, sending pictures or videos. So the choice of how you send your message will affect how it is understood by the person receiving it. So for example, you send if you nag-write kag email instead of talking face to face. So napadala kag message through Gmail instead of face to face. So it is possible that they might not understand your tone as well because they cannot hear your voice or see your facial expression. So it is very different from verbal communication na kanang makastorya gyud nimo siya og face to face na makita nimo kung giunsa niya pag pamaagi gi-express niya ang iyang tone sa iyang voice or nasuko ba siya or unsa ingana. So choosing the right medium for your message is important also so that people can understand what you're trying to say. So the last one is the receiver. So the receiver is the intended audience for the message. So they decode and interpret the message, extracting meaning for it. So kung ang sender is the mo'y mag-encode, so ang receiver mo'y mag-decode. So the receiver's understanding and context influence how they perceive the communication. So the receiver is the person who are supposed to receive the and understand a message. So they play an important role in communication because they have to decode, so they have to interpret the message na ilang na dawat ang that was sent to them. So this means that they have to figure out what the message means. So ila ginasabton kung unsa ang pasabot sa message so that kanang maka-respond sila appropriately. So the way ang receiver understand a message depend on their own context, which includes like their experiences, beliefs, values, and culture. So for example of that is kanang kung if kanang someone receives a text message with slang words or abbreviations that they don't know, especially ikaw na nakadawat, syempre niya di ka natugingan na syempre maglisod yun ka, so nay ubang words na misunderstood nimo kay syempre nga na abbreviations, mga slang words, syempre ikaw na nakabot niya di ka na master or gingan na, so it might be difficult for them to understand what it means. So
I'm going to report clarity and brevity. So importance of clear and concise messages. Effective communication. Clear messages ensure that your intended meaning is accurately conveyed. Whether you're writing an email, a report, or a presentation, clarity prevents misunderstanding. So effective communication is the process of exchanging ideas, thoughts, opinions, knowledge, and data so that the message is received, understood, clarity, and purpose. Next is time saving. Time saving concise writing saves time for both sender and the receiver. Busy professionals succinct information that gets to the point quickly. So timing influence how a target audience react to messages. So professionalism. In business and academic contexts, concise communication reflects professionalism. It shows respect your audience and time and attention. So how to show professionalism in communication? Here are some examples. Volume and clarity. It's crucial to be clear and audible when you're speaking. Second, use appropriate body language. Body language is one of the most types of communication skills to learn before entering the workforce. And next is impact. So impact or crafted concise messages leave a lasting impact. They focus on essential points. So impact. Why is impactful communication important? So in situations where conflict does arise, effective communication is the key factor to ensure that situation is resolved in a respectful manner.
Hi everyone, today I'm going to discuss the tips for achieving clarity and brevity. So the first step in achieving clarity and brevity is stay on point. Avoid unrelated details which is not connected. Focus on one direction. Every detail should contribute to your main point. For example, instead of a wordy message, say, I heard about the facility renovation proposal. What are your suggestions for this? Example, a wordy message, I will return your papers in the near future. Better say, I will return your papers soon. Another example of a wordy message, in my own personal opinion, torture is always wrong. Better say, in my opinion, torture is always wrong. By this, you will be able to convey your message clear and concise. The second one is remove redundancy. Be wary of tautology, saying the same thing twice. Eliminate unnecessary words. For example, instead of he is trying to tell his past history for us to understand him better, say he is telling his history for us to understand him. We should avoid redundancy not only because it distracts and annoys someone, but also it adds unnecessary. Removing them improves readability. Through this, if you are trying to message someone, it is easy for them to read and understand on what are you trying to express to them. The third one is check your adjectives. Use adjective judiciously. Judiciously in a way that shows good judgment. Avoid compounding adjectives. Just like, for example, instead of it is hard to see on black darkness, better say it is hard to see in darkness. So you better check your adjectives to avoid confusion or ambiguity. So the fourth one is know your objective. Every business document should have a clear objective. Stay focused to prevent wandering off track. The fifth one is use bullet points and subheadings. Organize information clearly. Bullet points and subheadings enhance readability for them to understand more. The last one is proofread and editing diligently. Eliminate unnecessary phrases during editing. Ensure your message flows well. Focuses on correcting minor errors and inconsistencies, just like, for example, in punctuation and capitalizations.
Now, let's talk about the tone style. So, tone, the emotional flavor of words. Tone refers to the writer's attitude or emotional stance towards the subject matter, the audience, or both. So, it's like the emotional seasoning of the words. So, the way you say something, just as a person tone of voice conveys. Voice conveys feelings when speaking. So the tone in writing sets the mood and affects how readers perceive the content. So why does tone matter? So of course, when it comes to reader engagement, the right tone captures attention and keeps readers engaged. It establishes a connection between the writers and the audience. Emotional impact. Tone evokes emotions, whether it's excitement, sadness, humor, or seriousness. So, the chosen tone amplifies the message. The other one is the contextual clues. Readers infer context and intent based on tone. It helps them understand and underlying meaning beyond the literal words. Literal words. Now, let's talk about the examples of different tones and, of course, their importance. So, first we have the formal tone here. So, when we say formal tone, so it usually used in a professional way or in an academic context to convey respect and professionalism. So, for example of this, when we use like a mom, sir, or like dear sir, like for example, like dear mom or dear sir, like I am writing to inquire about the status of our recent project submission. So the second one is what we had in here is a informal tone. So the informal tone is usually relaxed and conversational, so often used in a casual communication. So like example, like hey, could you let me know, or like hey, could you let me know if the meeting is still on? Like it is really, so when we talk an informal tone, so it really helps to create a friendly and approachable atmosphere. So especially in informal settings or when communicating with friends or family, or colleagues, or a more personal level. So it fosters a sense of familiarity and ease in the conversation. The third one is what we call friendly tone. So friendly tone is a warm, approachable, same with the other one. So aiming to, but this one it aims to create a positive connection with the reader. So like example, hi there, just wanted to share some exciting news. So a friendly tone usually helps to build rapport and strengthen relationships with the audience, so it makes the message more relatable and engaging, enhancing communication effectiveness and promoting positive interactions. The fourth one is the authoritative tone. So the authoritative tone is assertive and confident. So it usually often used in to convey expertise or command respect. So, like for example, based on extensive research, I conclude that. So that's one of the examples. So it is an authoritative tone usually inspires confidence and the writer knowledge and leadership. So somehow it is particularly important in situations where decisive actions or strong leadership is required. So it helping to establish credibility and influence the audience effectively. 5 is what we have in here is the sarcastic tone. Sarcastic tone. So is smoking or ironic. So it usually often used to convey humor or criticism. So example like, oh great, another Monday, just what I needed. So while sarcasm can add wit and personality to the message, somehow it should be used sparingly with caution. So it can be misinterpreted or offend the audience if not used appropriately. So it is important to consider the context and audience carefully. The last one is optimistic tone. When we say optimistic tone, it usually on the positive and hopeful, aiming to inspire and uplift the audience. For instance, despite challenges, we believe in a brighter future. So it is important because an optimistic tone motivates and encourages the audience, instilling hope and positivity. It is particularly valuable in challenging or uncertain situations. So, helping to inspire confidence and resilience in the face of adversity. Let's talk about the purpose and intent. So, when how the purpose behind a message significantly influence its content and delivery. So whether you're writing an email or a persuasive essay or a social media post, so understanding your, of course, purpose is essential. Now, let's proceed into a common purposes and of course that's your impact. So first is we have a inform. So inform, of course, the purpose of this is the primary goal. So the primary goal is to provide factual information, educate, clarify topic. So the content and style, of course, it should be clear and concise language. So that we can ensure to our receiver so that they can easily understand our content. Next is, of course, an objective tone avoids bias or persuasion. So, of course, and next is the facts, data, and explanation. Provide evidence and context. So, examples of this is one of the examples of this are the news articles, instructional manuals, scientific papers. So why do we need? Of course, why do we need those things? So, of course, in informative messages, the focus is on delivering accurate information without trying to persuade or influence the audience opinion. So, the content is structured logically, presenting facts and explanation in straightforward manners. So, we should, of course, straightforward to our content to avoid any misunderstanding. So this type of communication is common in contexts where the audience seeks knowledge or clarification on a particular topic. So second one is the persuade. So persuade, of course, the purpose of this is to aim. The aim is to convince or sway the audience's opinion or behavior. So, content and styles, of course, emotionally engaging language captures attention and resonates with the audience. So, strong arguments and evidence supports is also intended to the message. Appeals to logic, emotions, or ethics aims to persuade the audiences. And most of them are actually in advertisement, persuasive essays, so political speeches. So, of course, we need those things to persuasive our messages that designed to influence the audience's beliefs, attitudes, or actions. So, they are often employ rhetorical techniques and persuasive language to sway opinions, or encourage specific behaviors. So these messages rely on compelling arguments, emotional appeals, and convincing evidence to persuade the audience to adopt the sender's viewpoints, to take a particular course, or of course actions as well. Our next one is the entertain. So the goal of this is to captivate, amuse, or evoke emotions in the audiences. So content and style is of course creative and imaginative language, and that sparks interest and engagement. So varied sentence structures maintain flow and rhythm. So humors, suspense, vivid descriptions, or emotional storytelling enhance entertainment value. So one of the examples of this actually are novels and poems, stand-up comedy. So we need those things, of course, is to entertainment messages. Entertain, of course, the word entertain. So it aims to provide enjoyment, relaxation, or emotional stimulation to the audiences or audience. So they often utilize storytelling techniques, vivid imaginary or imagery, as well as a creative way of language to captures the audience's attentions to evoke a range of emotions. So whether through humors, suspense, or heartfelt narratives, entertainment messages seek to engage and immerse the audience in an enjoyable experiences. So the last one in purpose and intent is the request action. So the objectives of this is to prompt the audience to take a specific action. So it should have a clear call to action, CTA, direction the audience on what actions to take. So polite language, maintain a respectful tone, to of course to encourages cooperation. So emphasizing urgency or highlighting the benefits of taking actions motivates the audiences to act. So example of this is in sales emails or donation request or job application. So most of them makita na to siya dala. So messages with the purpose of requesting actions are messages with a purpose of requesting actions are mainly focused on driving the audience to take specific desired actions, such as making a purchase, donating to a cause, or responding to a job offer. These messages most typically include a clear and compelling call to actions that outlines with what actions the audience should take. Of course, politeness and clarity are essential. So in these messages, emphasizing urgency or highlighting the benefits, taking actions can increase our likelihood of a positive response. So understanding all the purposes behind the message is crucial for effective communication, as it guides us for selection of our content, tone, and styles to achieve the desired outcomes. And whether informing, persuading, entertaining, or requesting actions aligning the message with its purpose enhances its clarity, so relevance and impact on the audiences or audience.
So, challenges in textual communication. First is the language and cultural barriers. So, the challenges is that the differences in language and cultural norms can lead to misunderstandings. So, you need to use clear and concise language, seek clarification when needed, be aware of cultural differences, and adapt your communication style accordingly. Second is the physical barriers. Noise, distance, or technology limitation can hinder effective communication. So you need to minimize distractions, OPT for suitable communication channels. Use technology effectively. Third, emotional and psychological barriers. Emotions like stress, anxiety impact interpretation. So you need to be empathetic, clarify intentions, practice active listening. Number 4 is the attentional barriers. So personality conflicts, poor management, or lack of openness. You need to foster open communication, encourage feedback, and address assumptions. 5 is the perceptional barriers. Different viewpoint and biases, right? So you need to understand others' perspective, be open-minded and seek common group.
Now, as we come to an end, so effective text-based communication is an essential component of daily interaction. So it encompassing various elements crucial for successful transmission and perception of messages. So firstly, we explore the key elements of textual communication. So it includes the sender, message, medium, and receiver, highlighting their roles in shaping the communication process. So we then delve into the importance of clarity and brevity, emphasizing how clear and concise messages facilitate understanding and save time for both the sender as well as the receiver. Additionally, we discuss the significance of tone and style, so it influencing the reader's perceptions and engagement, providing examples of different writing styles and tones, and to, of course, illustrate their impact. So additionally, we outlined effective structuring techniques for clear communication and examine how the purpose behind a message shapes its content and delivery. So finally, we identified common challenges in textual communication and offered strategies to, of course, overcome them. It emphasized the importance of awareness, adaptability, and active effort in fostering effective communication. So, in today's interconnected world where our communication plays a vital role in personal, professional, and societal interaction. So, mastering first the art of effective text-based communication it is more valuable than ever. So by of course understanding those implementing the principles that we discussed, so individuals can enhance their ability to convey ideas, build connections, and achieve their communication goals successfully. So